Hey everyone, Brickhouse here, and this is a really good time to look where we're at when it comes to the summer movie season. After the disappointment of The Flash, after the disappointment of Elemental, well, I'm not too disappointed about Elemental. After the disappointment of Indiana Jones this past weekend, it's a good time to kind of take stock and see where we are at. So this article comes from Deadline. Midsummer box office hitting 1.88 billion, minus 2% from 2022. So we're a little bit behind last year. So from May 1st to July 2nd last year, we were at $1.91 billion at the box office domestically. And that same time frame this year, we're at 1.88 billion. So yeah, a little behind. While the pacing isn't terrible, the overall industry always likes to exceed year over year. Well, any business likes to exceed year over year. Whether it's 2%, 5%, 10%, we all want to do better than the previous year. That's a given. Especially after that disastrous pandemic that forced theaters to close in 2020 through early March 2021. Summer 2020 for the May 1st, July 2nd period only grossed $47.3 million. Next to the pre-pandemic summer 2019, which was on Viagra and steroids led by Disney Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame, we are now 17% behind that midsummer, which accumulated $2.27 billion. Well, yeah, the pandemic has something to do with that. We all agree. I mean, look at 2020 through 2021. But also too, we didn't have the things called and this is some of it, superhero fatigue. People are waking up and seeing movies that just aren't entertaining. You have movies that now are inserting woke identity politics, and this isn't nothing new, that more people are catching on to it. So yeah, when you have The Flash, which is headlined by somebody that's been in constant trouble with the law for the last 2.5 years, as its main protagonist. You have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which was screened at Cannes, and then the embargo was lifted on reviews a full month earlier than normal. And the reviews weren't kind. So you have that. You have the fact that it got out that Indiana Jones was going to be second fiddle in his own movie. So there's that. So there's a lot of things that contribute to why the box office is down 2% from last summer at this time, and 17% from the box office pre-pandemic. Still, there's a lot of hope in July with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 set to open to a franchise record $100 million over 5 days. And the Barbie and Oppenheimer weekend fueling what could be near a $200 million weekend over July 21st to 23rd for all films. I just can't. I can't fathom Barbie doing $100 million. I just can't. To me, it's another feminist identity politics, woke driven film. That's not going to be entertaining. But it's going to suck people in because it's Barbie. Comscore senior media analyst Paul DeGarabegian, I know I butchered that, points out the fortunes of the summer can be perceived as rich or fallow depending on which week is being examined. And with many weeks and numerous potential high-profit profile blockbusters on the way in July and August, it's way too early to characterize the overall summer box office performance as a hit or miss. Even though we're slightly behind 2022, we could be ahead ultimately. As he puts it, August could be the unexpected savior and take the summer out with a bang instead of a whimper, as happened last year. Remember Sony's Bullet Train? That was the last hurrah last summer before studio movies went dry to the post-pandemic logjam in post-production. This August, we have marquee fare in Paramount's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Barf, Warner Brothers' The Meg 2. Never really saw the first one. Universal's The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Sony's Gran Turismo. Universal's raunchy R-rated Talking Animals comedy Strays. Warner Brothers DC's Blue Beetle. That's gonna bomb. And Sony's The Equalizer 3. Okay, I saw the first two. They were good. I'll probably see that one. Disney, despite stumbling with The Dial of Destiny and Elemental, is leading all studios at the summer box office thus far with an estimated $811 million per deadline calculations. And from a diverse slate that includes 20th Century Studios fare and tentpoles, that's more than the combined $620 million that Universal and Sony have pulled in for the beach season. Disney's providing a diverse slate of theatrical